That's why he won. Because people like you. That's why he won. That is why he won, because of people like you who need to stop and let him live.
Bro, just like, bro, chill, bro.
You're okay with that? He's a racist.
Bro, how can I be racist,
He's a
bro?
racist.
Okay with it.
If you fucking voted for Trump, you're a racist. He's a racist.
How can I be racist?
No, he's not. Leave him alone.
Just watch the news.
You realize he was some Democrats.
Highly educated.
Oh, are you? Then why are you wearing that hat?
Everything's going up for I don't know how long. The Democrats have been running New York since who knows how long. But then Trump comes in and just takes over.
Alright, well, this is my stuff. I hope you enjoy the hat.
Oh,
The tolerant left, everybody. The people who say that they're going to destroy capitalism and tear down the patriarchy. You can't even run for 4 steps without tripping over your own feet. Instead of trying to be an activist, maybe you just need to be active.
Tomorrow, I'm heading to court to plead not guilty on felony and misdemeanor charges for rescuing 4 criminally abused chickens from Purdue's Petaluma Poultry Slaughterhouse. I go on trial this May, facing up to 5.5 years in prison. While I am pleading not guilty, I am also not denying what I did. I did rescue those 4 chickens, but I don't believe that it was a crime. I believe that it was an act of legal necessity.
Well, I guess we'll see her in 5 years. Let us know if they got vegan options in prison.
You're over here appropriating a space for your own personality.
I'm a journalist.
You're not a journalist.
How do you decide who's a journalist?
I mean, considering I was fired as a journalist, you're no journalist.
Literally, would you rather be itchy or sick your whole life?
You're not doing this for like what the actual conversation is, which is getting rid of this country.
Getting rid of this country?
Getting rid of America, getting rid of the West. This is what this is for.
You want to get rid of America?
Yes! Everyone here understands that at some level we need to get rid of America completely.
What should we do?
Decolonization, land back.
Where should we go, though?
In our communities. We need to go leave the capitals, leave the central capitals of commerce, of capital itself.
Oh my God, these are amazing conversations that I love having because these people are fucking idiots. They're just morons. I'm at the gym doing my thing. This girl walks up to me and she goes like this. She knew exactly what the fuck I had going on. She said, "So I have a question. What does your shirt mean?" I said, "What do you mean? What does it mean?" She goes, "What does it mean that those are your pronouns?" I said, these are mine. Fuck you. I have pronouns and these are mine. She's like, "Oh, those aren't valid pronouns though. That's actually pretty offensive." I said, I beg your finest pardon. You think my pronouns are offensive? What are your fucking pronouns? What even are pronouns? I asked her that. What the fuck is a pronoun? She said, "Oh, it's something. It's words that people identify as because they might not go as." What the fuck are you talking about? These people don't even know what they believe in. They don't even know. And guess what? This is what I believe in. This is exactly what I believe in. These are my exact fucking pronouns. Fuck you. Okay? And if you think this is bad, sweetheart, I have 47 other thousand t-shirts on my website that are more offensive than this. DukeGomez.com. More like it's so eye-catching. And I love that.
If you're a fat personal trainer, you should be executed.
One of my favorite things is when the trash takes itself out. Hi, I'm Roy. I am a fat personal trainer. And I've been working in the fitness space for like 7 or 8 years now. And it never ceases to amaze me the amount of toxicity there is amongst other trainers. Personally, I advocate for body inclusivity in the fitness space always. And most of that stems from the fact that my own personal journey in fitness started with a severe eating disorder. My ED almost unalived me, so I have no regrets about being in a larger body now. And as it stands now, I don't work with clients who work specifically on weight loss goals because it's not good for my mental health. And there are thousands of other goals that don't have to do with the size of your waist. I was really nervous about having a career in fitness when I put on a little bit of weight. People flocked to me because they no longer found me intimidating. I've been featured in Men's Health magazine. I was recently in a music video about loving your body, and I'm currently on a billboard in Times Square. You can think that size inclusive and fat personal trainers want to be executed all you want, but we're not going anywhere.
I ain't gonna lie, I used to be an athlete and some of the best coaches I've had in my life were overweight. With all that being said though, it's something about a personal trainer specifically that I just believe if I'm paying you that type of money, you need to be in shape. You have to prove to me that your advice is gonna work by looking the way I wanna look.
Fuck you, fascist! Your mask is falling down. Fuck you, fascist. I don't want to get corona.
This is going to be very controversial. I think if not for black women right now, there would hardly be any racial tension between white and black people. I don't think black men.
Think what black women do keep the racial.
That's what I'm
tension
saying. I don't think it's black men.
But it's a $1 billion industry.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though. But the point being, though, that the women are the ones that perpetuate this. And I think the men could find some sort of common ground, some sort of mutual respect, even to be like, look, you're a man, I'm a man. We all know what men are supposed to do. We're supposed to protect and provide for our families and our communities. If you're doing that for yours, or even if we live in the same community, okay, if you live in my community or our community, whatever, as long as you're not out here raising no hoodlums and renegades, and we all on the same page about blah, 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 and school stuff, and we don't want transgenders reading to the kids at the daycare or whatever, then you cool with me.
Me and the devil walk inside.
Ma'am, I play chess, and arguably the best player in history, Magnus Carlsen, just got kicked out of a tournament for wearing jeans. I don't know what it is about feminism. They act like a victim because they can't show their cleavage 24/7. Ma'am, you're playing chess. Just put on a shirt. You're not being oppressed by the patriarchy because there's a dress code.
Do you suggest Ozempic? Not to my worst enemy. What if I've been working hard for 2 weeks? Why haven't I lost anything? Because you've been eating too much for 2 weeks. Morning, Kimmy. Can I still eat at Wingstop? If you want to look like Rick Ross, you can eat at Wingstop. A lot of people like to eat cauliflower rice because it helps them lose weight. Well, you've been eating cauliflower rice for a year. You're still big. Best workout, walking to the kitchen and eating less food. Would waist training help? Not at all. Been eating less and seeing results. Yummy, proud of you. Thoughts on crumble? It's only for crackheads. Pilates doesn't help you lose fat or build muscle. It's for your core strength, stability, and balance. So you can do Pilates all day and your stomach will still be big. If you eat breakfast, which is an apple and banana and water before walking to the gym, your breakfast is terrible. If I were you, I would never go to the gym. Your breakfast is so bad, you should go to sleep now instead. Do you ever discuss insulin resistance? No. I like to talk about you going to Chick-fil-A for dinner last night. You want to talk about insulin resistance. I want to talk about the fact that DoorDash knows you by your first name. You had Chinese food fried rice for dinner last night. Nasty work. 25% body fat percentage good? No. It's fine for you. I don't like being 25% body fat percentage. I think that's a little too fat for me.
Can somebody explain these protests to me? They're burning the flag of the country that either they want to stay in or they want their friends or family or whoever to stay in. And then they're waving the flag of the country they don't want to be sent back to. Make it make sense.
He said, I'm a proud husband, father of 3, combat veteran, West Point graduate, Ivy League triple degree holder, and a U.S. congressman. You know how I achieved that, Don? By being a serious, rational person.
Let's be real. How many people with those same qualifications have been fired and called DEI? Kamala Harris was called DEI for having those exact same qualifications.
Quite frankly, no, actually, Kamala Harris does not have my qualifications. I'm a West Point graduate. I served my country in combat as an Apache pilot. I have 3 master's degrees from Cornell University, and I'm the congressman for a white majority district that President Trump would have won by almost 20 points, and I won by 26 points because literally people are not looking at the color of my skin, they're looking at my qualifications, and our party doesn't play that game.
It's funny because this should be a bipartisan W if everybody believes what they say they believe. If you're a Republican, somebody who reflects your values won the election. That's a W. If you're a Democrat, you believe that white folks are racist, but yet a black man still won. That's a W. That's just a universal W.
Ever notice how modern male characters are either a joke or a coward? One minute you've got guys like Ken, completely useless, desperate for validation, or Thor, once a warrior, now a pure comedy show. Or they turn once mighty characters into somebody old, broken, and irrelevant, like Luke Skywalker or Indiana Jones. Now you compare those to the classic icons, Bond, Clint Eastwood, Cary Grant. They weren't always perfect, but they sure were competent. Modern Hollywood doesn't want strong men. It wants you to be passive, weak, and second guess yourself. So why don't we share in the comments one old school movie that you believe gets masculinity right? I look forward to seeing your responses.
You really gotta live a small life for you to be really happy. Everybody wants these big houses, all these cars, they want to have material things. If you can make enough money where you have no anxiety over bills, but that may require you to have less things, it is far better than living off of credit and trying to live a life that is outside of your means so that you can look cool to other people. And I say this with even like fitness stuff. Like, you don't need to be the biggest, leanest guy at the gym. You just need to be in shape so your health is good and you look better than most people. And I think that about everything in my life. Like, I have a family, but we get to stay with our daughter at home. My wife doesn't have to work because we live in a condo. We didn't go buy a huge house, we bought a condo. So we have a small condo. It's enough for the three of us. And it means that like the rest of my money is never a problem. So I get to live a small, low anxiety life. I recommend it. It's much better.
To be rebellious now means to be frugal and to start a family. Don't act rich and be poor, act poor and be rich. If you made it to the point where you don't have to worry about how you're gonna pay your bills, you've received 90% of the benefit that having any amount of money is gonna give you. Be energetic, be positive, keep looking for opportunities, and trust me, your future will be bright. If you're young, don't worry about being broke because you have the most important resources on the planet. That's time and potential. Join the Poor Man Militia Patreon, guys. Till next time.